Yeah, that'll be fun. And so we're here on Crystal Oasis.
Alright, so
Steve versus Roekoko.
So if you can't tell, Roekoko's gimmick is that, well, if the game wants to cooperate, there we go. Roekoko's gimmick is that there are 2 of them. And you can control both of them, depending on certain things. Although only one of them can attack. It's like
only one of them can attack at a time.
Oh yeah. Well, the other one has grabs.
Well, both of them have grabs, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but the fake one can only grab you.
They can still attack, I'm pretty sure.
You have stuff like that.
But, like, you want to get a grab so you can, like, follow up.
Yep. Oh, and that down strong gonna take it.
Yikes. And, like, unless you're playing doubles, where, like, the real Roekoko gets an outline, the only way you can tell which one is the real Roekoko when there are 2 of them are the pose that the idle one is in. If they're just not doing anything, then it's the fake. But if they're, like, ouch.
Yeah, the clone can only grab.
Okay, yeah. But the real one can also grab.
Yeah.
But yeah, if the idle one is just standing there doing nothing, then it's the clone. But if the idle one is like making hand gestures and stuff, then it's the real one puppeting the clone.
Yeah, I see.
And the clone is really easy to get rid of just by just attacking it once.
We got.
But it looks like Cam is in the lead a little bit.
But it's still fairly even here.
Yep, it is still definitely even. By no means a deficit.
Getting that dash attack.
Clearly, bring it back.
Oh, the clone going off the cliff.
Yep. So there's no... The only real punishment to losing your clone is that you have to wait for a little bit of time before you can use them again. Which, I believe, Cam has said before that without your clone, then your recovery is absolutely terrible.
Oh, the double grab.
Yep.
We love grapplers.
Yeah.
I love the fact that this character was made before the patch that can like make your name lets you like see name data on players. So they don't use your name; really they just get rid of your name on the HUD.
Yeah, it's really funny that this character's entire gimmick was like based on the one where you can read name data, but it doesn't even read name data. It's just it replaces it.
Yeah, which makes it very hard to tell who's who.
Yep.
Steve just trying to stick to the air here. But
Steve is pretty strong in the air because like they can place down a block and instantly get access to all of their grounded moves.
Yeah, those blocks can be a huge pain. But Dino getting that Totem of Undying.
That Totem of Undying is really scary to just have there.
Killing the clone and getting that up strong.
Ooh, yikes.
Going to not quite even things out, but I mean...
Not quite even, because... And that we see that Totem of Undying bringing them back from a single hit, but they're still at that damage that they were before. And bringing out the water bucket... Steve is a pretty unconventional character that I don't really see too much of.
Yeah, Dino really is one of the only Steve players, but he plays them really well. And Roekoko going to take the first game here. Cam doing really well so far.
Yeah, Cam is incredibly good with this character from what I've played against them.
And it looks like we are going to see Nova now from Cam, seeing a switch. Because I think Roekoko was a gentleman, and Dino was like, I'm sorry, I don't know what this character is doing. Which,
Yeah, that's
you're allowed to do that.
understandable.
Completely understandable. If I saw that character for the first time, I'd be like, brain hurty.
Yeah. But interestingly, Nova's a little bit of another clone character, but not quite in the same way or even like to the same degree. They can place down little like holographic clones of themselves that they can manipulate. But if you hit one of them, then Nova is instantly teleported into your attack. So you can start combos off of hitting that clone. And they're also authority, so, you know.
Yeah, it's very interesting because they have to detonate those little teleports, or else they leave themselves open.
Yeah.
It's honestly one of my favorite workshop gimmicks.
Yeah, and the thing about them is that using them doesn't directly alter your moves, but it indirectly does, because like if you, for example, if you hit your opponent with side special,
the Bell Galaxy off the top.
That's pretty funny. But yeah, if like for example, if you hit your opponent with your forward special as Nova, and then you also hit your clone, then they're going to most of the time actually get hit backwards by the clone coming in and getting detonated by that hit. So it's a pretty interesting interaction with your clone and yourself.
Yeah, there's a lot of really neat stuff with the clones or the time rifts. But overall, I think Nova's still a pretty straightforward character to see, but
ooh, yikes.
Steve experienced time dilation. Also, yes, I did get your sets, Daniel, so I'll have that one. I can play them after this one. Actually, I'll wait till second to last, because I have to set stuff up for him. Mario Fret.
Yeah, and interestingly, Nova can cancel most of their moves, I believe, into neutral or down special. I can't remember which one.
It's neutral special. That's the clone.
Okay, it is. And then down special, I believe, is detonating them.
Yes. I know.
Yeah,
that's something that Nova, especially in earlier patches, it's not really as practical anymore. But it was something that Nova was really infamous and known for, was really crazy cancel combos where you would do something like dash attack and then cancel it into the clone and then just keep looping that. It was very hard for a lot of characters to deal with.
That sounds terrifying. And hitting that clone, yikes.
Yeah.
But I believe that we haven't really been putting a lot of attention on Steve, who deserves it a lot more than we've been giving. And
and that downstrong
getting
is
the 2-stock.
Take it.
Yeah, with the lack of a regular forward strong with that bow and arrow, I believe down strong is largely what you kill off the side with, rather than forward strong with Steve.
Yeah, down strong is a very nasty angle, and it has pretty good range, which makes it a very nice move for Steve to use.
Yeah. So Steve's main gimmick is, well, I wouldn't really say that they have a quote-unquote main gimmick, because they just have so much going on. But one of their more prominent gimmicks is their neutral special, which they open up like some sort of something from the game, like you just saw there, the crafting table, and then they can choose one of 3 items to get from it. So like the crafting table allows you to get a piston, a dispenser, and a slime block, which each have different utilities.
Yep. Yeah, it's very interesting because this character was made before Steve was announced for Smash, so their kit is actually based on Hero.
Oh, that's
funny.
pretty funny.
Also, there is a VODs channel. All of the stuff will be going up. It actually has its own channel, which is just Round-A-Bouts.
Yeah. And then
strong. Steve at a bit of a deficit here, but still fairly even.
Yeah, Cam, I believe, names Astra, and Astra's gimmick is the cards, which they can rotate between and then use them. With like they alters their specials, I believe, and then you can detonate the traps to. You can detonate the traps to do certain things. And the Ender Pearl, I love the Ender Pearl.
Yeah, Ender Pearl is so cool. Steve has some of the coolest items. Just the stuff you can do with them is so cool. I love Elytra. That's probably my favorite item, but I don't think Dino likes Elytra all that much. I don't like
Elytra that much. But my favorite item that Steve has by far is Ender Pearl.
It's definitely really interesting to watch Ender Pearl in action because you just get those teleport combos.
You just you're there 1 second and then you're not the next.
I think Steve's items are really cool because they really introduce a lot of super interesting mechanics to the game. That would be like a little bit much if they were too consistent, but the fact that you have them only at certain times makes them really cool. And then up there going to
sort of like how you said, they're based kind of on Hero, where like Hero has insanely strong spells, but you only get 4 random ones, and like Steve has some insanely strong items, but you only get to choose from 3 of them at a time.
Yeah, certainly. And it's like, I think a lot of them, like you said, the Ender Pearl just being a projectile that lets you immediately teleport. Oh, you see the shield jumping.
The shield.
Like, every single one of Steve's items completely provides a new style of play, and just learning how to use all of them is super interesting.
Yeah, like, the piston can use to be a long-range grab, but it can also be used to, like, get back onto stage, or back close to the wall, because if you hit it onto a wall, then it will actually bring you to it.
Oh,
trying to land the thorns.
Still.
Astra doing their thing.
Yeah, something else I was going to say with Steve, although it does look like we're going to see something crazy happen soon, is something I actually love is that Steve's items actually aren't random. They have a
no, they're not.
They have a, like, they feel random. They have the same cycles. So if you take the same items every time, you'll be offered them in the same order. And Cam taking another game here.
Yeah. That Astra, very potent, very fluid, I would describe it as.
Yeah, very much so. Looks like we are going into game 4, and this is going to be on Spirit Tree. Miku versus Miku.
The Miku Ditto. I believe you and I at one point.
I think we
final round Miku Dittoed.
I think we did. I love Miku.
Miku is super fun. They are based a lot on Lucina.
Yeah, I think specifically PM Lucina.
Yeah, I believe all of their moves are taken, all of their normals, I should say, are taken from Lucina. Their specials are the ones that are different. Like, neutral special is Pyra's Blazing End from Ultimate. And then, of course, the down special places down the clone, which actually I believe the dev was talking about replacing that with something else.
Yeah, I think they were thinking about replacing it with like a command grab.
Like a Lucina up throw kind of thing, I believe they described it as.
Yeah, and I do kind of get that. Like, I think the clone is neat, but I also understand that it can be kind of situational.
Yeah, honestly, I think that a different down special would be a lot more interesting than the clone. Because
well,
like,
I mean,
the clone is interesting on paper, but I don't.
We're seeing Cam use it the way that it can be really fun, where you just drop it down and you can just blend people with it.
Yeah, but it's also very situational, and like you don't even have to use it, I believe, to just be good, because like as we can see, Dino isn't really using it at all, and still, it's a very even match. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly.
That neutral special, though, not as good at killing as Blazing End, or even being as annoying, just because of how it doesn't send forward into itself.
Yeah, you have to be pretty precise with it, but sometimes you get really nice hits like that.
Yeah, it is pretty strong, the final hit.
Getting that clone set up, but not enough here. And the forward air gonna take it.
Still very close.
Oh, there goes the blender.
Yeah.
This is where clone shines.
Yeah, there it is. Clone is incredibly powerful if you get the situation set up.
But as we're seeing, both these players just going really strong. And, oh, that's gonna take it.
Ouch. Cam taking it 3-1.
And Miku. Yeah, there you go. Miku win. You'd love to see Miku.
Here's something. Every character has the best matchup against themselves, because, like, for instance, in a Miku v Miku Ditto, Miku's always going to win.
True.